We got another big event on the killer calendar coming up. Now, the killer calendar concept was invented by me, yours truly. Now, the killer calendar is reflexive or reflective of how our society works, where you got like 10,000 people in control of 8 billion people. Now, in order to control that many people, you got to keep them down. You got to keep them mediocre. You got to dull their shine, and you got to keep them brain damaged. Brain damage is a major factor, a major ingredient in how our sort of brainwashing and poison-based control grid operates. So back to the killer calendar, where everything in our society is designed around the same concept. You got to keep the slaves sick. You got to keep them brain damaged. You got to keep them sedated and tranquilized. You got to keep them slaves. So, of course, the calendar is riddled with events purposely. They don't come about haphazardly. They come about purposely so that every 6 weeks, the slave class plow themselves with sedative, tranquilizing, and brain-damaging poisons. And what's really funny is if you follow some aspects of neuroscience, it seems to take about 6 weeks for the human brain to recover to baseline once it's inundated even with the most minor toxin. So you can see how the science of neurology is imprinted on the killer calendar, where there's going to be a holiday or an event every 6 weeks so that the slaves line up at the poison trough and just plow themselves with the celebrative poison of the month. So we got one coming up now, which sort of is and isn't a major one. I mean, the big ones are Halloween, where everybody does some satanic rituals and dresses their kids up as demons and then poisons their kids in order to fit in with the satanic crowd. Halloween's a big one, Christmas, New Year's Eve, things like this. So we have Valentine's Day coming up, and I could talk a lot about that with the symbology of the arrow through the heart. But chocolate is synonymous with Valentine's Day and champagne and all these things. Like caffeine, if you ingest caffeine in a bigger amount, say in 100 milligram amount, you cut off blood flow to your brain by 52%, and it lasts 24 hours. And then, I mean, most people will have the chocolate on Valentine's Day, maybe some alcohol. Now, alcohol is proven to cause cancer. It's proven to lessen your life in any amount consumed. It's proven to cause brain damage. And caffeine's proven to cause brain damage too in a very particular part of the brain called the hippocampus. And the hippocampus you need undamaged in order to make sure you can react to danger. So if you're in the ruling position, say I'm the king, you know I'm going to love any compound that damages your brain in a way where you can't react to danger. Then I can just kind of roll around the roads and roll down the street, take your money, have a brandishing a bayonet, having guns, and you can't react to danger. This is a big advantage. And if people want to know why they're having a hard time in life, They're like, I got no money. I'm like, of course you have no money, dumbass. You're brain damaged. And not only are you brain damaged, you do it to yourself, because there's a piece of paper called a calendar with 12 pages on it that hangs on the wall, and you react to it like it's gospel. And the word gospel, ladies and gentlemen, is just the two words go spell, which means we're going to put a spell on you. And you're reacting to it like it's gospel, and you're doing every poison-based event that purposely designed killer calendar tells you to do. You're going to plow your face like a cow every time a piece of paper tells you to. That's brain damage all on its own. Not to mention the fact that this is made purposely so that you're drunk every 6 weeks, you're caffeinated every 6 weeks, you're alcoholized every 6 weeks, so you'll never get your footing. So you're telling me that even if, say, you drink coffee every morning, read the book Caffeine Blues, and that's not on the killer calendar. That's just like a daily poisoning that most people participate in, a daily poisoning. And caffeine, read the book Caffeine Blues by Stephen Chernisky. Caffeine shuts off blood flow and oxygen to the brain by 52%. Now, are you shitting me? You're telling me, and most people do tell me this, I got no money. I'm like, no shit, you got no money. You're drinking coffee, and you're trying to navigate this realm, wherever this is, where everything in power is trying to steal your life force, including money, which is basically your energy. And you're telling me you're having a hard time? No shit, you're having a hard time, because you're only running on half a brain. Like, life is hard enough. It's hard enough. So what you're going to do is you're going to shut down half your brain function and then go out and try and navigate the devil's realm that we all live in? Please, people, please. These solutions are easy. You just got to put a bit of effort and discipline into it. If you need more information like this, you know where to find me. Email me at info@jchristoff.com. I'll slow drip your information over time. This is Jason Christoff, signing out.